Welcome back. It's time now to take a look at the top business stories. Dubai Holding Commercial Operations Group receives extension on revolving credit facility. UAE bourses post-recovery. And we examine the best way to find out what consumers really want here in the Middle East. Asian markets ended higher this Wednesday. There were mixed results across the GCC markets, while the UAE bourses climbed higher. The DFM gained 1.25% to close at 1,687 points. MR Properties climbed 1.5%, while Arab Tech jumped 2.25%. The DFM was up for the second consecutive day. The company's shares were up 2.75%. Air Arabia was down 1.75%, while DP World lost 0.25%. 92 million shares were traded, valued at 122 million dirhams. In the capital, the ADX gained over 0.5% to close at 2,745 points. Abu Dhabi Commercial Bank climbed 2.25%. The real estate sector also climbed today. Aldar Properties was up nearly 2%, while Suru Real Estate gained 1.25%. Dana Gas gained 1.5%, while TAQA was up 2%. 62 million shares were traded, valued at 133 million dirhams. Dubai Holding Commercial Operations Group has received a one-month extension on a $555 million revolving credit line. The real estate and hospitality arm of Dubai Holding said the extension is required to finalise a new long-term facility. The company had earlier received a two-month extension on the loan in September. Meanwhile, Moody's Investors Service has said that the refinancing negotiations between DHCOG and three banks do not currently have any credit implications, but the rating agency is monitoring these negotiations ahead of the conclusion of the final commercial terms before the year end. For analysis of the markets, we're now joined today by financial analyst Bruce Powers. Bruce, welcome to the show today.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
Now, it looks like the DFM has recovered today off the back of the Dubai Holding Commercial Operations Group receiving an extension on their loan. Tell us about that.
Well, this is the third extension for the company, and it's only for a month, so I don't think it's really seen as that significant by investors. If anything, it could be perceived as a negative, right, but the market still rallied. We sold off earlier in the week before finding support and then set up in a bullish price pattern today, which it broke out of. So we could see some more upside in the short term.
And also, let's talk about the global scale. I mean, the global markets have actually been quite concerned about the European debt crisis. I mean, tell us about that. How have they reacted to that?
Well, investors are indicating that they don't have much confidence in the aid package for Ireland. There's concern that it's not going to work and that other aid will be needed for some other European countries. Yesterday, Standard & Poor's put Portugal's debt on credit watch with negative implications, and its 10-year debt has been trading at yields not seen since the beginning of the euro. We saw the same in other debt for countries like Spain and Italy and Ireland and Greece. Now, today we saw a little strengthening, but some of the major stock indexes worldwide have shown trend reversals from the upside to downside recently, which could have further follow-through after this bounce, including the Dow in the U.S., the FTSE in London, and the Bovespa in Brazil.
Is at the end of the euro on everyone's mouth. So a series of economic data is also about to enter into the U.S. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, tomorrow morning we have a report on initial jobless claims, which are expected to come in the same as the previous month. And then we also have pending home sales for October, which are anticipated to decline once again, but at a slower rate. And then on Friday we have the unemployment rate, which is expected to stay the same at 9.6%.
Thanks so much for coming in and all your comments on that. Thanks again.
Thank you very much.
Dry Docks World has successfully completed upgrades on the country's first offshore rig. The rig, named Al Ittihad, has been in service since 1975 and is equipped to carry out drilling operations in 150 feet deep waters and can drill up to 20,000 feet. Abu Dhabi-based National Drilling Company has contracted Dry Docks World to carry out the repair work aimed at obtaining a cost-effective and safe alternative to procuring new rigs. With this refurbishment, Al Ittihad's service lifespan is expected to be extended by 15 to 25 years.
This is one of the biggest projects we have done with the Dry Docks World, Dubai, and it's very important for the integrity of our rigs. We keep the rigs in excellent shape. It gives more life for the rig and keeps the rig in excellent condition, where we can continue our operation safely.
On the way after the break, we talked to Eric van Vonderen, the founder of Vondology, about the company's new trend-spotting methodology aimed at understanding consumers in the Middle East.